Hey man, decided to try to get my little Fresh Prince on today. Hope you're well. Um, did you know that you were being watched? I know you might not realize it, but you are being watched. Someone, my brother, is paying very close attention to what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're showing up, how you deal with difficulty. They're watching if you even smile. They're watching your joy and sad patterns. They're watching what you watch and what you look at. They're watching what energizes you. And so, as a consequence, even without your permission, you are an example. That's right. And anything that is an example is on display. Yep, got you right out in front in somebody's world. Got you right on the shelf in somebody's world. Somebody is watching you, and this is meaningful for your children. This is meaningful for those who you are leading. First of all, that they're close enough to you to watch. And no, you didn't ask to be an example, but you're still being watched. They're watching how you deal with the love interest in your life. Yes, they are. They're watching if you're smoking or drinking, right? What your chill habits are. They are watching all of that. They are watching what you're reading. They're paying attention. Listen, even to your fragrances. They're watching with all of their senses. How do they feel when they're around you? What energy is radiating from you? What confidence are you introducing? They are watching. They are watching. They are watching. Now you could take this and say, oh man, so the only reason why this would be a problem for you is if you got something to hide. Now my father, my brother, listen, fellas, stop hiding. Live out loud. Don't be afraid that somebody's actually going to see you. You are a good example. Can you just please type that for somebody and tag their name next to it if they've set a good example for you? Can you find a brother and tag their name and let them know they have been a good example for you? You know, society has done a great job at not highlighting good examples of brothers. Can you just find somebody and tag them and let them know you are a good example of a father? You are a good example of a man. You are a good example of a leader. You are a good example of somebody who is proud and happy. You are a good example of how to wear a certain type of clothing. You are a good example about how to walk into a room. You are a good example. Be an example. Own that bad boy. That's what gives you confidence, right? To get up every day, because I know somebody is watching. Somebody is depending on you. Somebody's depending on me. Look, not to be perfect, but at least to show up. Not to have it right all the time, but at least to show up. So let's talk about this too while I'm here, and I won't spend too much time here. But when you are an example, you don't have to be perfect. When you are an example, you don't have to be on all the time. In fact, one of the big flaws of being a role model and being an example and being watched is we don't like to show up without having it all together. If we're talking sports, we don't like to have bad games, right? We don't like to have games where we're just not on and we're afraid for the public to see that. But that actual vulnerability actually humanizes the observer. It gives them permission to bring you down off the pedestal that they put you on. It gives them permission to see the whole story. And wouldn't our lives all be better if we could see the whole story? The whole story, the whole story. And your whole story makes your story better. Can I say it again? Your whole story makes your story better. So stop trying to show people only the good parts. Stop trying to be an example where people only get to see where you're winning and they don't see your losses. Don't try to be an example that's only positive. Indeed, be willing to show people where you struggle, where you may have missed the mark, where these tasks that they think are so easy actually cause you great difficulty. Because in that, they then become a better person. Because believe it or not, when somebody chooses you as their example, they emulate what you look like and do, but they also expect themselves to emulate your results. And when they don't get those results, it crumbles the perspective that they had of the example. So do yourself a favor, be human. Do yourself a favor, own being an example, and do yourself a favor and be yourself fully. It's good to me. I hope it was good to you. I hope to see you guys around, man. Share this with somebody who might need to hear it. I'll talk with you guys soon.